So I'm very happy to attend as a speaker the first Association for Buddhist Studies conference organized by AABS in collaboration with Institute of Thai Studies and Chulalongkorn University. And yes, as seen in the first slide, my topic is a collaborative forum for revitalizing Asian Buddhism and expanding global outreach. In today's complex and globalized world, ethical issues, religious intolerance, disharmony, hate speech, discrimination, social injustice, and so forth, fueled by insecure government, are threats to individual well-being and social harmony in the contemporary multicultural societies. Subsequently, the current societies face complex challenges ranging from inequality and sectarian conflicts to human violations and environmental deterioration. So far, the traditional governance have often failed to resolve these crises, promoting a renewed interest in spiritual and ethical alternatives. Therefore, the objective of my speech is to emphasize an urgent need for Buddhist teachings and application of practice as essential tools for fostering peace, mediation, and social harmony. Therefore, I like to propose a collaborative forum, especially initiated by AABS. So, in keeping with the mission of the Asian Association for Buddhist Studies AABS, this paper suggests the establishment of a collaborative platform of faith leaders, scholars, practitioners, policymakers, and institutions. The goal is to increase mutual understanding and address the root causes of conflicts. Therefore, the strategic platform that I propose through this speech, that it should promote ongoing dialogue and active engagement with a view to building greater dialogue, challenging hate speech, discrimination, promoting sustainable peace. Therefore, this article, my speech, offers strategic means of achieving effective dialogue with an emphasis on reconciliation and social integration, highlighting the scope of education and social action in shaping inclusive, non-violent, and pluralistic conversations that reconcile society's diversity. So, revitalization of Asian Buddhism. So this research, grounded in experimental realities and case studies, this research explores the possibility of a collaborative forum that adopts dialogue to resolve conflicts and build mutual respect. That's most essential and mandatory. Consequently, this study firmly positions flexible Buddhist outreach at the forefront and as a central methodology in AABS ongoing efforts to revitalize Asian Buddhism and expand global presence even further, envisioning a more peaceful, open, and interconnected world. So, Global Forum for Buddhist Engagement. Within this context, Buddhism, grounded in mindfulness, compassion, and more coherence, emerges as a vital resource for fostering sustainable peace. Therefore, AABS should seek to serve as a central forum for reimagining the role of Buddhism in today's world through this integration of traditional teachings with modern social applications. AABS to aim to invigorate, revitalize Buddhist scholarship, promote ethical leadership, and foster interreligious dialogue to counteract rising global polarization. So, reclaiming Buddhist ethics for global engagement. So, at the heart of Buddhist ethical thought, that is the principle of, based on the principle of Yatakari Tata, Yatavadi Tathakari, or Tathakari Tathavadi, that's acting in harmony with one's words and speaking in line with one's actions. This concept, drawn from core teachings of Buddhism, if I mention the suttas like Lokavada Sutta of Khuddaka Nikaya and Loka Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya, Maha Sutta of Digha Nikaya, this principle represents a standard of integrity that is essential for ethical leadership, especially in religious, interreligious and intercultural dialogue. So in societies marked by distrust, disharmony, broken promises, such ethical alignment builds credibility and trust, both vital for meaningful engagement. Leaders who embody this principle, Yatavadi Tathakari, Yatakari Tathavadi, in action, become agents of reconciliation, while those who fail to do so often erode, deteriorate the foundations of peace they claim to support. So AABS as a transformative forum, AABS to envision aims to be living forum for collaborative transformation by bringing together scholars, as I told earlier, monks, practitioners, educators, policymakers, and civil society actors. It fosters multidimensional dialogue that aligns ancient wisdom with modern challenges. So strategic objectives enumerated basically as follows: revitalization of Buddhist studies in Asia through inner institutional collaboration, facilitation of ethical interfaith dialogue rooted in shared valued and lived practice, promotion of inclusive education that integrates Buddhist perspectives on ethics, ecology, and human rights, expansion of global outreach through online platforms, cross-cultural exchanges, and translation projects, engagement of youth and women as active participants in Buddhist discourse and leadership, establishment of dialogue as tool for reconciliation and integration. Here, I mean effective interreligious and intercultural dialogue that hinges on trust and integrity. So AABS is to propose adoption of Yatakari Tathavadi, Yatavadi Tathakari and Yatakari Tathavadi framework as a foundation for dialogue, moving beyond superficial conversations, but deep conversations, pragmatic conversations towards transformative encounters. So case studies from regions such as Sri Lanka, Myanmar, India, and so forth demonstrate how Buddhist leaders who align speech with action have helped diffuse communal tensions and rebuild post-conflict societies. So dialogue collapses, fails, when participants fail to uphold their professed values. So dialogical model. So AABS should advocate a dialogical model where participants can speak truthfully and compassionately, acknowledge historical grievances, promote shared ethical commitments, and embody these commitments through community engagement. So methodology for action and implementation, that is the most essential part to make this reality. So this paper is intended to propose in employing qualitative research, including case studies, interviews with interfaith leaders, and analysis of Buddhist texts. The findings should support a participatory model for AABS platform, emphasizing integrated monitoring systems to assess alignment between ethical commitments and actions, leadership training programs to equip religious leaders with tools for ethical governance and dialogue, educational curricula rooted in Buddhist teachings on speech, action, and compassion. So, constructing a holistic peace-building framework, key strategies, religious literacy and education, promoting awareness of Asian Buddhist traditions in diverse cultural milieu, community-based projects, that joint social action that initiates that involving multiple faith groups, addressing root causes like tackling system inequality, social injustice, identity-based discrimination, and political marginalization. So, technology for outreach to reach global audience, AABS is to leverage digital platforms to facilitate webinars, e-learning, and transnational dialogues, especially among youth and unrepresented communities. The role of collective leadership and accountability. In an era of fragmented, broken authority, collective leadership readily offers a viable alternative. Therefore, AABS is to encourage shared leadership across religious, academic, and civic sectors, anchored in ethical integrity. The forum proposes cross-sector collaboration that transcends sectarian boundaries, joint statements and action plans from interfaith coalitions, feedback and accountability mechanisms that empower local communities to evaluate actions of leaders. So this kind of model reflects the Buddhist ideal of Sangha, not merely as monastic order, but as community bound by shared ethical purpose. So building the integrated monitoring platform to ensure transparency and lasting impact. AABS will develop a multi-tiered monitoring system, local hubs to identify and respond to conflict triggers, national level coordination to shape policy and public engagement, global data sharing networks to track the outcomes of interreligious initiatives. So by integrating the data analysis, field research, and community reporting, the platform will ensure that ethical commitments are consistently, coherently upheld and improved upon. So revitalizing Asian Buddhism for global relevance. While Buddhism's roots are Asian, its relevance is global. AABS seeks to reclaim a spiritual and intellectual heritage of Asian Buddhism, not as a static tradition, but as a dynamic force of justice, ecological sustainability, and collective well-being. Through strategic partnership, global dialogues, and dissemination of Buddhist teachings, insights in accessible formats, AABS can position Buddhism as a key voice in shaping peaceful pluralistic world. So revitalizing Asian Buddhism and expanding global outreach. The challenges of our time in the contemporary society demand more than rhetoric. They require ethical action grounded in authentic values, not superficially grounded things. So, the principle of Yathavadi Tathakari, Yathakari Tathavadi offers a timeless guide to speak as we act and act as we speak. So AABS, by institutionalizing and revitalizing this principle across its educational, dialogical and outreach efforts, can become a transformative force in revitalizing Asian Buddhism and expanding its relevance across the globe. In conclusion, through sustained collaboration, transparent leadership, and commitment to peace, capturing both literal structure and deeper meaning of integrity and consistency between one's words and actions, AABS should implement under the principle of Yathakari Tatavadi, a collaborative forum for revitalizing Asian Buddhism rooted in compassion, inclusivity, and the shared human aspiration for harmony on the basis of expanding global outreach. Thank you very much.